Hi, this is Faina again. I am going to show you guys how to make a witch bag or a Mojo bag, and I'm using the kind of bag that you get when you go to those gem shops and you can pick up those rocks and put them in the bag and you buy the bag. You can get these anywhere though. I just had this one lying around. This is actually really easy spell to do to make a little spell bag. You use anything that's lying around your house. That's my favorite thing to do in case you haven't picked up my drift from watching my previous videos, if you've watched them. That's the best way to do magic in my opinion, is to just use what you got. So what I've got today is stuff for a money spell bag, and that's why I chose green, because money. So what I did is I've cast my circle already, and first, just so you guys know, I did ask permission before I started filming while I was doing circle. I feel like it can be kind of disrespectful, but I did ask and wait for I did ask and wait for an answer before I just started filming. So make sure if you do make instructional videos or anything like that, you do ask permission first to make sure that you don't offend anybody. So what I have done is I've gotten bay leaves. You can get that at the market. I just had that in my kitchen. Cinnamon, a pine cone that I found on the ground in San Francisco. Some pine needles, the same way I found those. And what else did I use? Oh yeah, some mandrake root. Now, with mandrake root, let me show you. I've already crushed it up, but with mandrake root, be very careful with how you handle it. You don't want to burn it, and you don't want to boil it, because the fumes are actually deadly if in the wrong proportions. Mandrake is actually very deadly. At first, it's hallucinogenic, but you know, if you haven't researched it to actually figure out what the deal is with mandrake root and what proportions are okay to use and what proportions aren't, then don't try it. It will give you supposedly psychic and prophetic hallucinations, but I've never tried it, so don't ask me. So just exercise caution. It is deadly. It's kind of like belladonna in a way. It'll do the same thing that belladonna does, so yeah. Oh crap, burned a hole in my, I burned a hole in my carpet. So, I got all my ingredients and I mushed them up as best I could. I don't have a mortar and pestle. All I have is this little turtle. He's a cute turtle. He's kind of concave, so I put the stuff in there and then took my wand, which is not wood, so I guess like technically speaking it's not a wand, but I use it as a wand, so it's a wand. So, and then I took my wand and I used the end of it and I just kind of mushed it down, same way you do a mortar and pestle. Once I got that all condensed, I also had this candle running where, you're going to see it, you can't see the symbol on it, but I carved a symbol for money into it, and I'm just letting it burn. I'm going to use some of the wax that drips down, just put that into my cauldron right now. I'm going to use some of the wax that drips down in the money bag too. Another good thing for a money bag would be if you have jade, like little gems of jade or little rocks or anything, that's good. But with money bag, or with spell bags or mojo bags, witches bags, whatever you want to call it, you can also use t-shirts, old t-shirts that you have. You just cut a big square out and then you kind of like sew the top together and make it unique and everything. I was going to do that originally, but I don't have shirts that are green because green is not my color, so I use just this little drawstring bag. And then for what's inside of it, it can vary depending on what you need. So something for protection, you could use tiger's eye, like little pebbles of tiger's eye. For love, you could use rose quartz and flowers and stuff like that. Depending on what you need, research different herbs and stones and stuff like that that you can use that would aid you. So after I got everything all mushed up, I put it into my little cauldron, which, by the way, I figured out that this size cauldron is actually called a gypsy pot, so I put it in my gypsy pot, and I mushed it up some more. After I felt that it was sufficiently smushed, I am going to put all of the ingredients that I have in here and here with the mandrake. I'm going to put it into the bag. And I might even put on like a little piece of paper a $sign, or maybe I'll put a coin in. I'm actually probably going to do that. So basically, before I do all of that, I'm just going to tell you that with spell bags, what you want to do is keep it until the spell manifests. So if I'm doing this for money, I'm going to wait until something big comes up where I get some money. Not just a payday, but like unexpected money or extra income, I get another job, I get a promotion, anything like that. Once it gets to that point, I'm going to take the bag, was it off of my property? Yes, take the bag on my property and bury it. Or I can burn the contents, so I can just set the bag on fire. Either way you want to do it, that's totally okay. You can also take it into a river and let it go, but usually when you're looking at money bags or spell bags like this, what you want to do is, if it's something that you want to come to you, you bury it on your property, and if it's something you want to go away, so like a protection spell, or you don't want negative energy around you, anything like that, you want to bury it off of your property. So, you're basically just giving it back to the earth. But now I'm going to put everything in there. It might be good to use a spoon because your fingers will get messy. But I'm not opposed to having cinnamony fingers. And this stuff smells really good because it's cinnamon and pine and bay leaves. I'm just saying, it smells good. So now I'm going to drip some candle wax in. Put my mandrake root in. Take my coin jar. Put a quarter, nickel, a penny, and a dime. Okay, so I'm going to put in a dime, a penny, a quarter, that's a nickel, and a quarter. So one of each of the coins, basically. I can't say them, but put them all in the bag. Good. Put everything in there, and then you can take a piece of paper or parchment, whatever. I'm gonna write a little dollar sign. Cut it out. I'm gonna fold it into 3. Put it in the bag. And I'm gonna take some holy water. I don't know if I will here. Take my dropper. Put that in the bag. I'm going to put a little touch of wax on top here. There we go. Alright, I'm going to pull the drawstrings tight. I'm going to call the element of earth to bind my spell. Air to speed its travel well. Bright as fire shall it glow, deep as the tide of water flow. Count the elements fourfold, and in the 5th the spell shall hold. Earth, air, fire, water, earth, air, fire, water, earth, air, fire, water, earth, air, fire, water. Right. There we go. I put 3 knots on top, binded the spell, and everything's in there. So now I have a money bag, and I'm going to leave it right up here on my altar until it manifests, and then I'm going to bury it on my property. And that's about all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, please do let me know. They're very easy to make. Get creative with it. Like I always say, just use what you got lying around the house that you know you're never going to use again, that you find when you're cleaning out your room. Whatever it may be, use it. Get creative. That's all I got for you today, guys. See ya.